What is up, guys? Sergeant back again, also known as the Black Gentleman. And today I have reformatted R32 Dicamus, also known as Idw Roadbuster. And first and foremost, here is the packaging as normal. It's a good piece of good product picture of the figure on the front of the box. And all of the variable poses that you can put him in. And he's a big beefy somebody, as you can tell. And personally, that is one of his best features. We'll go into more about some of the negatives later, because there are some negatives, although they may not be negatives to some, I guess, to a degree. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just get with the review, and I'll tell you guys what I'm talking about. So let me get rid of the box now, because we're not here for that. First and foremost, here's his instructions. Pretty standard stuff, one side's a comic book, as they tend to do. Here's the instruction side here. He's pretty easy to transform, nothing hard. Sometimes that's what I prefer, sometimes I prefer a nice, easy transform bot. Sometimes it's hard to remember all these different pegs and clips and C-joints and other things that may be turned and rotated. I think MP can get too complicated sometimes. But yeah, anyway, that's that. We can get that out of the way. And it comes with a small handful of accessories, but accessories nonetheless. Here's his rifle. It's all one piece with silver paint apps here at the back of the stock. And some silver trim, not silver, but yellow trim on the sides. All together, pretty good. And he also comes with two matching, I want to say grenade launchers, I guess. They can attach to the bot in car mode or robot mode, and also on the gun. So all one piece, no paint at all. Yeah, which as far as just being one single piece goes, they look really good. But they could use some paint accents at the very least. Because you see all this detail, mold detail, where you could easily bend some. Now, in terms of gun here, let's bring the camera down. Let's see what I'm doing. Alright, now for the gun. These things can attach either on the barrel here. I guess to give it more of a thicker barrel, which is cool. Also, you can take one. You can attach it underneath. Get that kind of a grenade launcher look to it. So that does look really cool. He also comes with a extra head, and actually his G1 face, it kind of escapes me. I always view them as kind of being the same, a robot with a green visor and a little speakerphone for a mouth. But I think this one is actually more the IDW, and the one he comes with attached is the G1. I could be wrong. Someone could correct me. I have to look back at my IDW comic books to find out which head is supposed to be the one supposed to be on the body. But yeah, here's his secondary head. Get those out of the way. Also, last but not least, I forgot to show this. It comes with a collector card, which all MSV figures do, and it looks pretty good in my opinion. On the back, here are all the stats. If you want to pause and take a look at that, you certainly can. Now, to get on to the nitty gritty, the reason we're here is forgive my sound effects, but I make sound effects. Roadbuster himself. This is how he comes packaged in his alt mode. Honestly, this for looks, IDW, this is spot on. Actually, even G1 is pretty decently spot on. He's always been a armored ATV truck car thing, and he looks pretty good. Looks like something that could maybe transport Space Marines from Aliens or something. I don't know. Yeah, I can see him totally just tearing down some Decepticons in this mode, and he rolls very good, as you can see. Now, let's hold him still. As you see, he's one big slab. And he's got lots of molded detail throughout, as you can see, with here, you know, just every, I mean, it's to naked eye, you can see all this mullet detail and all looks good. It's got a few paint apps, you know, a little silver kind of gunmetal here where the windshields are, where the bars coming over, and a little yellow here at the back. That's on both sides. See, the robot is all tucked in pretty good underneath. And let it back over. Yeah. So for the most part, like I said, the paint apps, very sparse. I mean, what they apply, they're good. Here's some more silver here, actually. Some pistons here. But I feel like he could definitely use, honestly, a hell of a lot more. And speaking of the devil, there's some right here. But still, he needs a whole lot more. Some front on here. Some more pants here on the front. Kind of a tealish green blue color for headlights. Honestly, I don't know where they would have put the paint apps, I guess, but I think he could use more. You know, maybe some in here, some more yellow trim there, maybe in here just to break it up. I mean, a lot of it's just colored plastic, and to a degree, sometimes it's not bad because I mean, sometimes I like to mess with my figures. I like to flip them back and forth from robot mode to alt mode on occasion. And when you have a lot of paint, sometimes that paint can rub off. I have a few figures that are guilty of that. But I still say this guy, he needed more paint. I may have a certain cousin of mine go in with getting some panel lining, maybe give it, as let's say, a wash. You know, to add some more detail because this guy is screaming for it. I mean, all this molded detail. I mean, different places that paint could have went. Alright. But I don't want to sound complaining too much. I just want to point things out in case anybody was interested in getting this guy. But yeah. I definitely believe he could use some paint right here in the grill area. It's right here. This is screaming for some type of contrast in between. I mean, hell, if I took my chrome pen and put some chroming in here, I think that would look good. Yeah. But now, back to his accessories, because they can plug on just about anywhere. His rifle, from what I found, it really only goes 1 or 2 places. Although, I mean, I guess I could put in a hole here, but it isn't really going to stay in there well. But from what I found out, it can go in right here. There's a hole here I'm pointing at, and one on the other side right there. So what I like to do is just slide this right here, or either side. This is my preferred side. You can kind of press down. It holds in pretty good. You can see. Now, as for his 2 grenade launchers, you got options. You can put one, let's see, put one here if you want. And you can put one here. And that looks pretty good. Or, you pull it out, put one in here. And pull it out, and you can put one, let's see. Let's see, actually, let's see, maybe we can go here. Let's see. Yep. So you can go in the holes on the side as well. Now, one more cool thing you can do, which I think is pretty neat. Up front here, you have 2 holes. One here and one here. You can put this in here. And let's see. And I got this idea from actually Instagram. I saw a guy pose his this way, like that. So what you end up getting is kind of a cool, more heavier bumper. And also, I don't know, I kind of like that look. It's not bad. It gives him less weapons on his alt mode, but I kind of like that. It's kind of classy. You know, just barreling through a door like, get away. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, as you can see, the guns, where the guns plug in, you can see the alt mode, not much more to show, right? I think it's time I get this bad boy transformed so we can talk more about him. Alright, powered my editing magic. I'll be back in a flash, so please stand by. One more thing before I do transform. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. Now let's move him back. I gotta show you guys a size comparison, right? So I have on hand my Idw Whirl from MMC, so you can see how they kind of scale one there. He's an aircraft, and he's a large, yet again, alien APC thing. So that's how that is scale. Also, let's get World out of the way. Here is my transformation Idw Wild Rider. That's how it is scale. He's an MP car, but I think the guys can scale pretty well. I think this would probably be how the this is where a real world aesthetic, something like this, you know. I mean, personally, you know, if they were going like head to head, I mean, given his scale and size, he would totally destroy Wild Rider. There would be no competition here. It'd just be, you know, a murder. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys for scale. Now, that transformation is promised. Yet again, please stand by with my editing magic.
The Transformers will return after these messages. We now return to the Transformers.
And BAM! There we go. One Idw Roadbuster at your service. Fully transformed and everything. Now, I went through my comic books, right? And it turns out that the alternate head he came with, this is the Idw head. So I put that one on. This is the one that he initially comes with. Let me dig it out of the box here. Right here. This is the one that he initially comes with out the box. But yeah, I took it off and I put the spare on, which is the Idw design. So yeah. Now, about this guy. He is large and in charge, as you can see. Very in charge. And he's a very good representation of that Idw bot. Just really big and with the football player aesthetics almost. Now, regarding his aesthetics, that's kind of where he gets in trouble at. He's actually so big that he actually loses some articulation. I'm not mad at it because, I mean, honestly, this is how I'm gonna pose him, probably in a stance or a running position type pose. But yeah, as far as articulation goes, the arms can go up this far before you get in the way of his backpack here. So, and mine won't come untabbed. But matter of fact, here I'll just move it the way. I'll move it backwards, so you can see that it can go all the way up, and he can get a full 360 if you move the backpack back a little bit. Otherwise, he ain't getting it. He's basically a victim of his own aesthetic. And he has a bicycle right here. Just go. Well, actually, see, that's about as far as he wants to go with it. I think because the shoulder pad. If I move it, let's see here. Yeah, you move the shoulder pad up a little bit, and then you can get a full 360. Yeah. Like I said, a victim of his own aesthetic. A lot of chunky armor has to be moved so he can move, and the bicep can move that far. His hands on base pen knuckle. One finger is articulate, as right here, with his trigger finger. And the other three just move together as one. He has a thumb right here on the ball joint that can move. And let's see, the hand can spin full 360. Also, another cool trick, you can close the hand up. On camera, good. You can close the hand up here and close this down. If I can get my finger, and there we go. You can get this kind of a cool mace, thing going on there. And when he's in alt mode, this is the mace part is kind of already down. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, he wants to bash someone's head in. He's got that. Now move it back. In regard to, here's a problem I ran into. In regard to his waist, let's retab his backpack in. Wait a minute. There we go. There we go. Now, he has a waist swivel, but you gotta move his butt flap up right here. So, wait a minute. Let's untab this. Get out of the way. And you can move, now you can move his waist around. Although, to be honest, it's not like you can probably get a full 360 out of it. Just the fact that his butt flap here is so in the way. I mean, there we go. It's so in the way. it kind of hampers it a little bit. But you can probably get full 360 if you get it out of the way. And you hear the thigh, it'll swivel out the thigh. That's right here. You can get full 360 out of that. And that's mostly due to transformation, mostly. Also, his legs bend at the knee. And this goes for both sides. Now here's another cool thing. Right here, you see he has small feet, which, looking at the books, it's fairly accurate. But if you don't like that, you can swerve this whole piece right here around. And you can take his, the arch of the foot and make that the foot. But if you do so, the wheel will be revealed. Which is not honestly a bad look. Depending on which way you want to go with it. But I prefer my wheels actually on the back because, as you can see on the back, his other wheels are stored on the back. So I think it has a little symmetry of both wheels on the back. So that's just me. But either way you go with it, it's going to look pretty good. The feet do have articulation, so you can get in a stance or any other stance, and both sides swivel, as you can see, which is really good. And these joints are pretty tight, which I'm actually glad about. Let's see. Head just have a 360. Though again, you have to move his backpack back to do that. So you see full 360. And like I said, with his arms, they're both the same way. They're kind of just getting away. He gets in his own way due to all this armor he has. And his gun here, you can see he's holding it just fine. And he has a, matter of fact, I'll just go and take it out. There's a little groove in here. Oops, get close to the camera. Right in here. Can't get the focus. Right in here. That gun just slides into. Right there, you can see it. So, yeah. Now, just to look at him, like I said before, he looks good. Looks really good. And as far as the bot goes, I'm actually satisfied. Even with his articulation being hindered by his, like again, this is his own body hinders his own articulation. He definitely needs more paint. This robot mode is just honestly butt ass naked in terms of paint. And they had put this really shiny plastic for his chest here, and it's so shiny. It reminds me kind of the Cyclonus, which I had a big complaint about that. I'm a Cyclonus fan, but this shiny plastic just gives off kind of a, I don't know, kind of a, what's the word I want to use? I guess a toy look. And I know these guys are toys, but at the same time, but even more than toys, they're collectibles. And I want them to be treated more in that vein. And this shiny plastic just doesn't do them any good. I wonder if there's any way that maybe this shine on this plastic can be dulled down, maybe, or just totally paint over to begin with. I have to look into it. But he definitely needs more paint. Even here on his shoulder up. This right here on the sides, I guess it's a type of like ammo rack, I guess. Even if that had maybe had some detail and some paint, or it's even been panel lined, I think to give that more detail, it would look, it would have been so much better for it. And it's the same on both sides. And even looking at his thighs and legs here, there's so much molded detail. There's just so much room for panel lining or paint. I mean, come on, MMC. I love you guys. I hate to nitpick your stuff. For the most part, I've been, other than Cyclonus, although I like him too, but I have to be honest about certain things. You guys need to really start, I don't know, just add some accents, damn it. Paint accents. How much can it really cost? But yeah, just kind of a bummer on that. But just for this figure to be who he is, I do like it. And the price point to put him at, I think they should have went lower, honestly. The price point being on most retail sites being about 110. I say personally, if you really want him or need him, because I mean I need him because this is one of my records, you know, different one record shelf. I recommend if you buy this guy, you might want to look online. Maybe someone's selling him at a deal. Maybe you can go someplace like, I don't know, Cybertron Cafe. I know I've been repping the hell out of those guys, but they're just that awesome. They're just that awesome. But yeah, maybe it's a little Cybertron Cafe or maybe even eBay. You know, maybe someone wants to sell this guy at a better deal, because I think personally, brand new, in my opinion, he should be honestly $70, $75. And that's just because, honestly, paint. It's not even the fact that he can't move that well, which he moves all right if you get his backpack out of the way. I think in terms of this paint and stuff, I think his price should not be 110. That's gonna be too much. Yeah. So yeah, lower that price, guys. MMC, lower the price. Now, I know normally I go into more articulation, and honestly, he does have his full leg. He does have his full leg articulation. I'm pretty sure I can get to right here. So that's about as far as you can get with the spread. So he can't completely go full trowel, just about that much. And yet again, it's unaesthetic because these right here are in the way, and they might can come off. Let's see. I'm not gonna put much force into it. They rotate. Oh crap. They rotate. Okay, take that back. Let's rotate these down. Now, let's see what we get. About the same thing. He can open up just a little bit more. That's about it. So not too much more. But normally I berate things for the articulation, but this guy gets a little bit of a pass on him because he is just that big. And from what I've seen from Idw Comics, he's not a very articulated guy, whether it be speech or just movement. He is what he is. He's like a Jason Voorhees of the gang, you know. He's Roadbuster, bust them roads, you know. Now, since I'm done, just telling you guys what I think about him. Again, he's good. If you're in for the line, you're gonna buy him anyway if you haven't already. But his price point doesn't be lowered, and that's about it. I'm gonna have to have my cousin go in here and as he says, give him a wash, put some paint on him, maybe, or at least just dull this chest point down and paint on him. Now let's put him to the side and show some size comparisons. I actually brought my records into the bunch for this. Here's another MMC figure, Impactor, which I've done a review on. That's how he looks with Roadbuster. I think that looks really good. And also, I brought in my Generation Springer. Show you how that looks. So I think that looks pretty good. I mean, that's how a record shelf I think should look. Good beginnings of one. I don't have too many records at the moment. I got my Perceptor and my Blur. So that's the thing. Also, although not a record, here's a Type Return Chrome Dome. Put the camera down there. That's how he scales with those guys. So basically, you get a Hasbro Deluxe and a Voyager and other MMC figures to see how they kind of scale together. I think they do. They look good all together. Get these guys out of the way. All right. So as far as my take on this guy, if you're in for the line, you should get him. Just get him at discount. Do not pay full price. Now, now one more thing I need to say before I close my review out. If you guys haven't already checked him out, head on over to Kato's Toys. Me and him have had another wonderful discussion regarding Transformers Siege. I had a really good time over there. So I'm going to go ahead and tag him in the description below so you guys can go check that out. Really cool guy, really good discussion over there. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. Trying to grow the channel, make it better, do better things. I love you guys. You guys really show me a lot of love on these things, and that's why I keep doing them. Thank you to everyone that subscribes. You guys are awesome. And this is the Black Gentleman signing off. Catch you guys later. Peace out.
から To all part 終わりのない